who's going to run that machine? He said, you. I said, no, I will never go to Scandinavia, absolutely not. Well, I ended up in Scandinavia and I've been here for 41 years or something, 42 years. And I have come to understand that one cannot really, as a devotee especially, you cannot really choose where you're gonna live. You have to, we as devotees, especially devotees, we are so under Krishna's personal guidance, we are generally not aware of that. I mean, Krishna is so much in our lives, so involved in our devotee lives, we are not aware of it. I think Krishna is putting a kind of a veil, some form of Maya, probably some form of Yoga Maya, so that we are not even aware of it. We think that we decide things and we determine things, when actually Krishna is using us in a very nice way to be the instrument in the hands of our spiritual masters, and especially of Srila Prabhupada. And that, of course, I'm sure that everyone who distributes books realizes this probably many, many times per day. It's not really us doing this, it is Krishna guiding us and bringing souls together. So one of my reflections, of course, is what is the future of book distribution, right? Will it be paper books? Will it be digital? Will everything be done from the computer? I don't know what your opinion is. I personally think that Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda have created a system where devotees personally meet other living entities in the streets, door to door, in the temple, and in that moment of meeting, of actually physical meeting, something very magical is happening. So it's personally, I don't think it can be replaced by streaming and by internet association. That's my understanding. And I tell you something. I've told it a few times to the devotees, but probably not to you. I used to do archery, right? Shooting arrows with a bow and arrow. And this was many years ago, about 30 years ago, and it became colder in October, November, and I thought I would really like to shoot for an hour. And I called the local archery club 10 kilometers away from here. And I said, hey guys, I know you have a hall. Can I come and shoot for an hour in your hall? They said, yeah, sure, just come. So I went there, and they gave me one lane. It's 18 meters, and you shoot 3 arrows, and then you go, and then there's a whistle blowing, and then you go forward, you write down what your score was for these 3 arrows, you pull the 3 arrows out of the target, you go back, another whistle, and you shoot another 3 arrows. And then the guy who stands behind me, next to me, but because we stand sideways, so he says, why are we using all these equipment like sights, like optical sights and stabilizers at the front of the bow, when you have a bare bow and you are shooting so unbelievably well? I don't understand this, he said. And he was kind of a little sarcastic. He said, why are we using all this equipment like, what do you call this, like assisting technology mounted to our bows? And I turned around and I said, you know what? I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. Because as archers, we always write down the result, right? For every 3 arrows, I still have my little book where I wrote down every 3 arrows that I shot at an 18-meter distance. And I told him, I said, I don't know what's going on. I have never been shooting that good. It's very strange. I'm so much better than usual. I have no explanation for this. So we talked a little bit, and then after when we called it quits, I said, so who are you? And he said, well, I am the Swedish national archery Olympic team's leader, and I was at the Olympic Games in Los Angeles, where we did quite well as our archery team. Okay, so nice to meet you. It didn't dawn on me immediately. Because after that I thought, okay, I thought I had made a quantum leap in accomplishment in archery, but I could never shoot like this again. So then it took me, I don't know, 2 years or something until one day I understood that is the power of association. I was in when you are very, very good in sports, let's say sports, or anything, but let's say sports, when you're very, very, very good, and you have to be extremely good to be competing at an Olympic level, right? At a national, and then maybe European, and then even Olympic level. And I realized when you are in the vicinity, in the physical space with a very, very, very good and very focused person, you also become more focused. You can become a lot better. And I always thought, we hear so much in our Krishna consciousness movement about the power of association. This is not just an allegory. There's something, when you come into the space of a devotee, something happens. Something very magical happens. You don't understand what's going on. I did not understand why I was shooting so unbelievably good. I've been trying for years after that to come to that level of shooting. It didn't work, never again. And that's when, so I understood what it means to associate with someone, especially, let's say, a spiritual master, or for the person in the street with a devotee. So when this personal meeting is happening, something very, very magical happens. The Krishna consciousness, the focus of the devotee on spirituality, on transcendence, is somewhat jumping over to that person who the book distributor or the preacher meets in the field. So, would you agree with that? I mean, I am absolutely convinced that this is Lord Chaitanya's plan, that we go out into the street, door to door, to the festivals, and meet the people in person, that we do not do this only through cameras or through the internet. Which is also, there's some merit also by doing this digitally. I'm not saying that it's completely useless, but something very special happens when two people meet, and especially when one person is focused on Krishna and spiritual realization and trying to help the people of the world to come in contact with Krishna and revive their understanding, a more spiritual understanding of reality, and gradually become a devotee. So that's what you have done now, I'm sure very nicely for several weeks, and many of you will probably continue doing this throughout the year. And it is a very, very, it's devotional service is so absolutely magical and so important for the devotee. It's the most, everything is, for us, is devotional service. We are aiming for 24 hours of service every day, 24 hours. That's the aim. No matter what we do, there has to be a connection with the spiritual master and with Krishna. And I mean, it's whether this is in the BBT, we are supporting. We are in the supporting field of work. We are supporters of the preachers and the book distributors, and that's how we see ourselves. And not everyone can so easily go out, especially not continuously throughout the year, and distribute books. But some devotees are so magnanimous, so empathic, so caring, and so happy to please, or so enthusiastic about pleasing Srila Prabhupada, who wants to give his books, who wants to give the Srimad-Bhagavatam, the Bhagavad Gita, even the Chaitanya Charitamrita to the people of the world, and give them a chance to become Krishna conscious again and become happy and get out of this. So in the BBT, we are trying to make nice books, good books, inexpensive books, as inexpensive as possible, as good quality as possible, as user-friendly as possible. User-friendly means that people can actually use the books and read them, that the text is not, the letters are not too small. So we are constantly trying to improve the technical side of our books, and also that produce the books so that they last 50 years, 100 years, 200 years, maybe even more, in the shelves, in the bookshelves of the people. And eventually somebody, maybe not even the one who buys the book, somebody else, a guest who comes into a home, he says, "What is that book?" And he takes the book and gets connected to Srila Prabhupada and to Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Power of association.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Brahma Muhurta Prabhu.
What would you like to know about the BBT? Ask anything. You know the term AMA? Have you heard of AMA? No. You know the young people, they shorten everything into an acronym. One of the acronyms nowadays is AMA. That means ask me anything.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. By any chance, could you share when Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu will be released?
In German?
No, in English, just in general. It was.
Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu.
Yeah, it was.
The nectar of devotion.
Yeah.
Nectar of devotion.
No, but they published last year in September that there will be a 8 volume version.
Yes.
That's going to be released.
The one translated by Banuswami. You mean that one?
Yeah.
The full translation. Srila Prabhupada's Nectar of Devotion is a summary study of the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, right? And Banuswami has done a full translation, and it is being published by the Australian BBT. When it comes out, when it will be available, I don't really know. I'm not entirely, it's not that I'm waiting for it, I need this book by all means. Personally, I am very, very satisfied with Srila Prabhupada's summary study. I tell you something, what we have reached, we are reading here at the temple room every morning, for the past few years, we have been very, very systematic in reading the Srimad-Bhagavatam every day, a verse, maybe sometimes 2 verses. Sometimes it takes us 5 days to discuss 1 verse. So we try to do it well, Srila Prabhupada said that devotees should come together and look at each verse from every possible angle, and we're trying to follow that, and we do that. And we have reached the 13th chapter of the Srimad-Bhagavatam very recently, a few days ago. The 13th chapter is the last chapter that Srila Prabhupada personally translated and commentated on, right? The chapter is Lord Brahma, what is it called? Lord Brahma steals the boys and the calves. One second, I have it here actually. What is the title of the chapter? The stealing or something of the... Here it is. The stealing of the boys and calves by Brahma. That is the 13th chapter. That's the last chapter Srila Prabhupada personally did. And then from the 14th chapter, the prayers by Lord Brahma up to the 90th chapter, that was translated then by Srila Prabhupada's disciples, right? You're aware of that.
Yes.
We call these cantos the completion cantos. Up to 10.1, up to the 13th chapter, that is Srila Prabhupada's translation of the Srimad-Bhagavatam. The other cantos we call the completion cantos. Now, how do we do that? How do we continue now? Now we are in the 14th chapter. What do? We love to associate with Srila Prabhupada through his, day on a daily basis by hearing from Srila Prabhupada. Because, for many reasons, but one reason is that without Srila Prabhupada, I dare to say hardly anyone, maybe none of us, would have gained any access to the Srimad-Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada is absolutely essential for the devotees, for current contemporary devotees to get access to the scriptures. Now, how do we do this in the future? So what we have found, what we are doing now is we are reading from the 10.2 produced by Srila Prabhupada's disciples, and we are also reading from Krishna book at the same time. Srila Prabhupada gave us the Krishna book already very early. It's one of the first books that Srila Prabhupada produced, right? Srila Prabhupada, I don't know if you know the history of his publishing, one of the first books that Prabhupada produced was The Easy Journey to Other Planets. Because two scientists, two physicists received the Nobel Prize. I think it was in 1958 they received the Nobel Prize for finding and proving antimatter. And their understanding was that antimatter, when antimatter comes together with matter, there's a gigantic devastation. Right? That's what they said. And Srila Prabhupada said, no, that's not the case. So Prabhupada actually produced a whole book, just a small book, but he produced a book and proving that this is a wrong understanding. When antimatter, which is spirituality, spiritual transcendence, the spiritual world, and the spiritual world meets the material world, there's no dissolution. It's not an atomic bomb explosion or something. Not at all, right? There's something else is happening. Matter, what is matter, and what is antimatter? What is spiritual world? What is consciousness? So Prabhupada goes into that topic in the Easy Journey to Other Planets. That was published the first time in 1960, 5 years before Srila Prabhupada went to America. Then he translated the Srimad-Bhagavatam, the first canto, right? First canto, in 3 parts, in 1962, and in 1964, the second part in 64, and the third part in 1965, published. That's when they were printed. And then Prabhupada went to America, and he continued working on the Bhagavad Gita, which came out in 1968, the abridged one. The first time was published, 68. Then in 1969, Teachings of Lord Chaitanya and Ishopanishad. And in 1970, the Krishna book. Very early. So Prabhupada gave us the 10th canto in one book, 90 chapters in one book. And so now we are reading both. We are reading the completion canto together with the Krishna book. And we are, why am I telling you this? We are very, very surprised to see how carefully Srila Prabhupada translated the Srimad-Bhagavatam verses and gave them to us in the Krishna book. The Krishna book is basically a translation. It's not a summary study as such. It is a translation of the 10th canto. It has everything in it. It's not just a few things here and there. No, it has everything in it. So we are even considering that we just switch to the Krishna book for the next what is it, 90 minus 13, what is that, 77? 77 chapters. In regards to the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, that was your question, have you read Srila Prabhupada's summary study?
Not the whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
please
Yes.
read the Nectar of Devotion, the summary study of the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. You will not, I dare to say that if you would compare it with Banuswami's translation, you will find that you are not missing anything. What Srila Prabhupada has given us in his summary study is sufficient for the devotees to understand the culture, the behavior of the devotees, how we should approach Krishna. We understand Krishna's qualities, whatever is in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Srila Prabhupada's summary study is unbelievably complete and sufficient for our understanding. I'm not saying that you shouldn't read the other one. It's fine, it's okay. But it's not that we need the full extended version to become Krishna conscious. What Srila Prabhupada has given us is more than enough for each one, for every person to become Krishna conscious. Does that long answer for a short question, but does it, I don't know if you agree with me or what you think about that. I have, especially now that we compare with the Krishna book, it's amazing what Srila Prabhupada has done. It is absolutely amazing. He knew exactly, and he was guided by Krishna so perfectly. It's not, Prabhupada often said, it's not me writing these books. He's guided by Krishna to give us a body of work, and the amount of work that Srila Prabhupada, or the amount of, what do you say, text, the amount of works Srila Prabhupada has given us is phenomenal. I still cannot understand how he produced so much in such a short time. It's a miracle. And please read the books, read Srila Prabhupada's books, study them very carefully, and the more carefully you study them, the more realizations you make to the point of epiphany. You know what an epiphany is? An epiphany is there was this the Greek man philosopher, scientist, who was lying in a bathtub. You know that one? I think it was, what about this Archimedes? The question is, how do you find, here is a watch. How do you find the volume of this watch? How do you calculate the volume of this watch? That was the question. So the man took a bath. He was in a bathtub. And he saw the water rising. And he said, wait a minute. I know the size of the bathtub. But when I step into the bathtub, by how many millimeters or centimeters the water level rises, I can calculate the volume of my body. What did he do? He jumped out of the bathtub, ran through the town without any clothes on. He had an epiphany. He said, wow, I got it, right? So that's how devotees, I tell you, when you read Srila Prabhupada's books carefully, I'm not promoting that you're going to run out without any clothes on, but you will have epiphanies where you say, wow, I got it. I understand something. Krishna, thank you so much. You have opened something. When I had something, a few years ago, 3 years ago, we reached the third canto and we carefully analyzed it. And I had such an epiphany when we read very carefully Kapila's Sankhya philosophy as described in the third canto of the Srimad-Bhagavatam. And I've had many epiphanies since. So these moments when you say, wow, I get it, I understand, and then it leads you to the next one. It leads you to something a little bit more, but you have to invest something in it. What do the devotees have to invest? What do we have to give? Enthusiasm. That's it. We have to give, we have to be willing, we have to we say, yes, okay, I will give energy for this service or for hearing, for my service, whether it's book distribution or book production or cooking or doing puja. You have to, if you're willing to give your maximum energy and focus, Krishna rewards you with epiphany after epiphany. You come closer and closer and closer to understanding, to becoming Krishna conscious. Srila Prabhupada said something interesting. I don't know what your service is in the Hare Krishna movement, but Srila Prabhupada said, he asked his disciples on a morning walk, he said, Krishna sees your headache. Krishna sees the problems that you are voluntarily taking on your shoulders as managers. How does Krishna reward you? He asked his disciples, what do you think how Krishna rewards you? And they didn't really have a good answer. And then after a while, after a few attempts of giving Srila Prabhupada some responses, Srila Prabhupada said, okay, I give you the answer. Krishna sees the headache, the struggle that you voluntarily put on your shoulders for spreading Krishna consciousness. He rewards you with what? With an increased taste for hearing Srimad-Bhagavatam. So if you take some responsibility for whatever it is in the Hare Krishna movement, doesn't matter whether it's gardening or cow protection or cleaning the temple room or producing books or distributing books or preaching or doing puja, whatever it is. If you take responsibility for something, for a little Harinam party or for a preaching program or for a weekend book distribution program in the city, Krishna will reward you with an increase, a noticeable increase in the taste of hearing and discussing the Srimad-Bhagavatam together with other devotees. Hare Krishna. There's a statement, I think it's in the Nectar of Devotion, that we should not read too many books. Have you seen that? Yeah, we shouldn't read too many books. We should read a few books and study them very, very carefully. There's no need. I'm sure you know this, that some of you know this verse. It's somewhere. There's no need to read many books. Focus on a few. Focus on the books Srila Prabhupada gave us and study them with a lot of attention, with a lot of focus. The result is fantastic, is magical. Okay?
Hare Krishna, Brahma Muhurta Prabhu. We have another question from the audience and a related question regarding the Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Right.
Do you know where Prabhupada wrote it? In which time, in which place?
Where did Srila Prabhupada translate it? Well, a lot was done in Los Angeles. I think he did it during his travels. I think so. I do not know. I'm sorry. I would have to speculate now to tell you exactly where Srila Prabhupada has translated, but it was. I am sure that he did not do it just in one place. But quite some of it was translated in Los Angeles.
Thank you. And I was initially asking, I don't know if you want to avoid it, but we want to...
No, I don't want to avoid anything. You should ask me anything.
Oh, I'll just...
Anything.
Yeah, what's happening with the Chaitanya Charitamrita translation and the Srimad-Bhagavatam, the 11th and 12th canto?
Okay. Let's first talk about the Chaitanya Charitamrita. You can ask anything, right? There are no taboos. Whatever you want to ask the BBT, I'm here to answer you, really. Now, I welcome every question. So the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we had a translation which was done by the early disciples of Srila Prabhupada, right? I think Vedavyas, his name is now Bhakti. Oh my God,
Gauravani Maharaj.
What is his name?
Gauravani Maharaj.
What is Vedavyas? Sorry?
Gauravani Maharaj, Trai Prabhu says?
Yes, Bhakti Gauravani Maharaj, thank you very much. So he was involved in the translation, I think maybe Prithu Prabhu a little bit, maybe Satchidananda Swami also a little bit. So there were many translators. They did a pretty good job, but of course it was the early days, and also the German was not very good, so it needed to be brought up to a real good standard. The mood in the North European BBT especially has always been, let's publish the most important works first, and then later, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years later, we fix them and make them actually really perfect. That was the idea. And we follow that to this day. So the German Chaitanya Charitamrita needed to be fixed, needed to be editorially worked upon. We gave the work to Bhakti Gauravani Goswami. He was willing to do it. He gave us a test chapter, and it was really, really good. It was fantastic. And then we let him do this. He worked for several years, maybe 2 years or 3 years, something on it. And then we were about to print it. And then I noticed, I'm from Germany, so I could see that, and I asked a few other devotees who from Germany. Something did not go perfectly well. The later chapters, the first 2 or 3 chapters, very, very good, but then the quality was not on the same level. So we asked Bhakti Gauravani Goswami, what happened? And he said, come on, if I would have done it at the same quality as I did the test chapter, it would take me 10, 20 years. Hare Krishna. So we had to go over it once more. So we gave it to Govinda Madhava, maybe 3 years ago. He has recently concluded his work. He did I have to tell you, he did a very, very good job. I feel very good about the text. However, we are also working on a new edition of the English Chaitanya Charitamrita with corrections, necessary corrections. And I needed to compare what Govinda Madhava Prabhu has done. I don't know if you know Govinda Madhava. He's an old German devotee, really good in language, extremely good, a linguist. So I compared his result with the English in the Antya Lila. It was Antya Lila chapter 16. And there I noticed that, that's strange, I thought. In this purport, in the English, Srila Prabhupada quotes a certain verse, and in the German, it's another verse. How is that possible? So I asked, I said, Govinda Madhava Prabhu, what is that? He said, well, I did not really compare sentence by sentence. I made sure that the German edition is good, and when I had questions, I looked at the English, I fixed it, but there was I'm not comparing every single sentence. Okay. He said, if you want, I can do this, but I'm going to bankrupt the BBT. That's what he wrote. He said, we're going to bankrupt it. What he meant was, that's going to be expensive. It's going to take a lot of time. And then I thought, hey, wouldn't this be something for AI, for artificial intelligence? And I spent a few hours, and I fed everything into I use ChatGPT for that, because it's still the best for linguistic purposes. I tried Google's, what's it called, Gemini or something, and DeepSeek, and I tried a few others, but OpenAI's ChatGPT is I still consider it the best for any editorial linguistic, especially English, German, the major languages in the world. And I fed the English base text into the AI, and I gave it the layout, the fully laid out version of the 16th chapter, and I said, okay, I want you to compare this and see whether we call it a fidelity check. Do you know what that means? In the BBT, the term is fidelity. We're checking the fidelity. That means that every sentence, everything that Srila Prabhupada put into the base text is also in the translation. Fidelity checks have always been an important part of BBT production work, but they are very time-consuming, right? You have to really go from sentence to sentence. Lo and behold, it took the AI 2 minutes to give me a report. I actually brought it. It gave me a report it gave me a 3-page. In the end, it put it down into 3 pages. What is it? Here, something like this. It looked like this. It says from text number 1 to 4, no problem. Text number 7, in text number 7, something is a little different. You should look into that, etc. So the AI did a fidelity check in 2 minutes. Now, through an API, I created an API. An API is a project. It's a project within an AI, and so now we are running it right now. The last few days and the next few days, we're going to feed everything into the AI, and we have already addressed. We found a few things that the devotees in the late 1970s in Germany, and Bhakti Gauravani Goswami in the early 2000s, and Govinda Madhava has not detected. So in other words, the AI is now checking all these things and telling us these maybe 100, 120 passages which we look at, we fix those, and then we are ready to print. We are very close to printing a very, very, very good German translation of the Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Haribo!
It's already, the layout is done, the layout is ready, it looks, the typography is fantastic. Govinda Madhava did an amazing job with the hyphenation, with the spacing of the verses and everything. It looks really, really, really good, I can tell you that. I'm super happy with it, especially now after, once we had the AI compare the base text with the German, then I can be very, very, very I'm sure that it's a very good translation for at least 50 or 100 years. After 100 years, the German will have changed. We will have to, maybe even after 50 years, there are German words that will not be used anymore, and so we will have to. But I will not be in this body at that time when the next edition. When the German has changed so much that a new edition will be required. But I'm absolutely convinced that for 50 years it's going to be fantastic. It's probably the best translation of the CC we have. Not probably. I'm sure it is the best translation we have of the CC into another language.
Jai, thank you so much, Brahma Muhurta Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Then I think last question regarding our time. What's happening with the Srimad-Bhagavatam?
Yeah. You mean with the completion cantos?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm basically continuing where the other Prabhu asked me about the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. I'm from Germany. And I like books. I always loved books, and I love reading. Nowadays, I've been living in Sweden for 41 years. I do not think in German anymore. I think in English. That's just how it is. I think when I speak with German people, I have to translate from the English into German. It's really weird. It's strange. Maybe if I would live in Germany for a few months, it would go away. But as of now, I'm thinking in English. But I've always had a little bit of a. Yeah, I don't want to discourage anyone or anything. The German books are good. There's no doubt about it. But they could be better. The Srimad-Bhagavatam is good, but it could be better. So my goal is, and I've already talked with Govinda Madhava, we're doing the same thing that we've done now for the CC, we're going to do for the Srimad-Bhagavatam, for the German Bhagavatam. With the help of AI, we're starting from the first canto to the 12th canto, but we are not going to produce now 10, 11, 12, as completion cantos. We first want to bring Srila Prabhupada's first to 10.1 to a standard, to an absolutely top German standard. I don't know what you think about this, but that's our goal. With the help of AI, we are speeding up our production, I would say about 10 times, 10, 20 times faster than we could do it without AI. I'm a little worried about AI, but in general, but for our publication work, for our production, it is incredible. It's absolutely amazing how the AI, how this machine is, or the software, how it is actually learning about Srila Prabhupada and his his way of thinking, his Srila Prabhupada's intent. It grasps it so well that we can. It's not that we're gonna let the AI do the job and we're gonna twirl our thumbs or go on a holiday. Absolutely not. It's a lot of work to work with the AI, but the AI is gonna speed up our work tremendously. And then we're gonna do the Bhagavad Gita as well. But first we're gonna go for the Srimad-Bhagavatam. So yes, this will take a little while, but by far not as long as the Chaitanya Charitamrita. With the help of AI, I think we can do the Srimad-Bhagavatam, all 12 cantos. I think we can do it within 1 year. We are just about to start. We're going to finish the CC. We're going to immediately go to the first canto up to the 12th canto. I don't know what you think.
Applause.
For the distribution. Wait. For the distribution to the people out there in the world. Canto 1 through 10.1 is absolutely sufficient to become fully Krishna conscious. Because Srila Prabhupada's purports are more important for us to become devotees than the verses in the Srimad-Bhagavatam solely. I have to be careful how I word this. It's not that I'm discrediting the Srimad-Bhagavatam. No, absolutely not. It's the most important literature in our, together with the Bhagavad Gita, in our preaching effort. But what makes the Srimad-Bhagavatam accessible to us is Srila Prabhupada's purports. And the better we word those, when you read a book, it's not only that, okay, the thoughts are somewhat expressed properly. Everything plays a role. Even the margins. You know what a margin is? It's the space around. Here's the text, and this is the margin here. Even the margins around text in a book play a role at how you comprehend, how you can handle the information that you find on a page. There are tests. There's a Norwegian professor in Stavanger, maybe Stavanger University. She is her field is comprehension, reading comprehension. When you read text, and she has found out that when that the comprehension, the understanding of text is about 8 to 12% higher when you read it off paper than when you read it off a screen. Nobody knows why, but that is, it's statistically proven that comprehension of letters on paper is higher, is better than comprehension from screen, from reading off screen. So we will turn the German Srimad-Bhagavatam into something very comprehensible, editorially and in regards to typography. It will be a really good set, but you have to be a little bit patient. I hope that we can do it. We will work really hard to get this done within 1 year. Okay?
Maybe another question from the other countries?
And if you think that you have to read the 10th, 11th and 12th cantos right now, you can just do it online. It's everywhere, right? Even in German.
Another question arose, who is taking care of the Veda base in German? The online
Is there a German Veda? Is there a Veda base in German?
Yeah. Only 3
there
books
is one?
on the Veda base in German.
Sorry?
There's only 3 books in the German Veda base translated, online, uploaded.
I'm not sure what is the German Veda base. You probably mean vedabase.io, yes. And you mean which books are in the... Yeah, okay, that is under discussion. Why are you asking that? I mean, how important is that webpage for you? It's a real question.
Many people want to have a look and search for passages online. Searching in the books.
Okay. Yeah, we have given quite a number of files to this devotee, Prahlad Nrsimha, who is managing vedabase.io. It's an archives, Bhaktivedanta archives project. I can look. I didn't know that it's only 3 books that are on that platform. We can put more onto it. Are the devotees using it on a daily basis?
Yeah. Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll take a note of that. I'll look into this to put. We are in the process of taking over the vedabase.io project, anyways. So then our people can have more access to it and can upload easier what is there. Okay. Good to know.
Thank you. Thank you very much from the audience.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for all your service, for your service of reading the books and distributing the books. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, it would be nice to visit you and to see.
Yeah, you're always welcome. Come to meet Gandhavika Giridhari, the North European BBTs, the most wonderful deities. And Srila Prabhupada. Oh, here behind me.
Yeah. Thank you so much for all the insights, Brahma Muhurta Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
And we often take it, at least myself, take it for granted that we have access to all these books and that we have them. It's so easy, accessible, that sometimes I forget the work behind. So it's very nice that you came today and that you revealed and that you're there, that you're approachable. And we're really grateful for
anytime. If you want anything special, just write to me. We send out our annual reports. I'm sure you have my email address. You can always write to me. I took a note about the vedabase.io. I will pass this on to our editors, that we should populate that platform a little bit more. If you have any other ideas, if you have any other desires, please contact us. If you want to have the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu in its full extended version in German, you have to be very patient. Because our goal is to publish Srila Prabhupada's works in every language of the world. And I mean, we are managing from this place here, we're managing 46 languages. We are publishing in 46 languages. And I can tell you, we are not done with all the languages. With some of the languages you probably haven't even heard about. Udmurt. Have you heard about a language called Udmurt? No. Yeah. It's somewhere in Siberia, I guess. Can you see this book behind me? I'll show you a really nice book. This is. It just arrived recently. Do you know what this here is? Do you see it? Still shrink wrapped. Bhagavad Gita. In which language? It's very thick. Do you see how thick this book is? It's incredible. It's Mongolian. It's the Mongolian Bhagavad Gita. Printed in Mongolia, in the steppes of Mongolia. So for us, this is super, super important that we also, not only German and English and French, but also in Spanish and maybe Portuguese, but also smaller languages like Mongolian and Finnish and Azerbaijanian and Armenian and Bulgarian. Bulgarian devotees are very, very fired up. So we have just now printed the 6th canto of the Srimad-Bhagavatam in Bulgarian. So my goal is that I will be allowed to live long enough to have all of Srila Prabhupada's books in these 46 languages, and with the help of AI, I know it's possible. Our production is 10 to 20 times faster. The challenge is to inspire the devotees, to help the devotees to use the AI efficiently. AI can make huge mistakes. You have to be very expert in guiding it. But once you know how to do it in your language, it is incredibly powerful. So I think within the next 10 years, we can produce more books than we have ever produced before with the help of AI. Hare Krishna.
Brahma Muhurta Prabhu, maybe some last sentences, what you desire from the Sankirtan devotees in Europe present here, some personal inspiration you want to share, how we can serve you and please you.
You don't need to please me. Please Srila Prabhupada. Read the books. Read Srila Prabhupada's books very, very carefully on a daily basis. Srila Prabhupada has said, when like-minded devotees, he used the word like-minded, when like-minded devotees come together and study the books, Srimad-Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad-Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita, the magic happens. To read alone is wonderful, it's great, but to read together with the devotees regularly is absolutely amazing. And many of you, we all know that, but do it more, study Srila Prabhupada's books more, go into the details of what's actually what's happening in these verses. I mean, what Shukadev Goswami put into the Srimad-Bhagavatam is what Vyasadeva is absolutely amazing. For example, Brahma, Lord Brahma is now, in our reading, he is now, he realizes that he has made a mistake. He realizes that he shouldn't have tested Krishna. He stole the calves from the cowherd boys. He knows he shouldn't really have done it. Krishna, what did Krishna do? He said, okay, Brahma, I'm going to show you something. And he shows him the Vishnu forms, like all the calves, the boys, the Krishna's expansions became Vishnu forms. You know what happened to Brahma? He fell unconscious. He blacked out. He couldn't take it. He couldn't see anything anymore. He couldn't hear anything anymore. He was lying on the ground. He then stood up, and Krishna said, okay, I will close the curtain again, and you will see Vrindavan, you will see the cowherd boys, you will see the calves and the cows. When I read the 10th canto some years ago, I was not aware really of what went on in Brahma's head. I did not fully understand the relationship he is experiencing now with the 6-year-old Krishna in the in that Leela, about 6 years old. So the more you read, and especially with like-minded devotees, that's what I would request. Read Srila Prabhupada's books more, as much as you possibly can. That's the key to success in Krishna consciousness, in your service and in your personal development. That's my request. That's my hope. That's my... Okay.
Thank you very much. Interesting.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I have in my Sankirtan van a letter to Tri Prabhu addressed, where Prabhupada says exactly this, that every spare moment you should read Krishna book.
Wow. Nice. Really
book.
Nice.
Yeah, he said particularly read the Krishna book. He didn't say Bhagavad Gita, he said Krishna. Okay. The Krishna book was the first book we actually distributed in Mass, not the Bhagavad Gita, strangely enough. But that was the first book that was printed in quantity, and then the devotees actually, before that it was just Bhakti-Gita magazines, and no one could imagine how to distribute a large book, but it started with the Krishna book. Because Prabhupada
in how many volumes?
First came the first volume. It was in 2 volumes, but the first volume arrived at that famous Rath Yatra. It was 1970. I was there, and Prabhupada, Brahmananda came with the box of Krishna books, first volume, and Prabhupada held it up. They gave Prabhupada the volume, and then he held it up, and anyone wanted to buy. Immediately he sold the whole box of Krishna books.
Fantastic.
And from then on, devotees started to get inspired and experiment and found they could actually distribute. But it was it was a huge book. I mean, it was very heavy. It's like this big, about this big.
Yeah.
And it was...
yeah. I have one.
Yeah, I have that one, and then the 3-volume one, and then the trilogy one. Because Prabhupada wanted... It's
amazing how much Srila Prabhupada has put into his books. Absolutely amazing. Everything is there. We don't have to go anywhere else.
Yes. I found that in the Krishna book there's 250 references to Bhagavad Gita. If you look at the Rasa Leela pastimes, it's that much story, the pastime, and then it's all explanation, philosophical explanation. So everything is there perfectly. Yeah. Same with Nectar Devotion. Thank you so much for saying about the Nectar Devotion, because I remember when the first copies arrived, Prabhupada said, read it through, and if you have any questions, read it again. And if you have any questions, read it again. He said at least 7 times you should read. And I never read anywhere where he said just read the first 19 chapters and don't. He said read everything. We didn't understand anything in the beginning, the later chapters. But gradually, as you read it, if you just keep reading it again and again, gradually it'll open up. Everything will be revealed. You'll understand everything, even all the rasa chapters and everything. But everything's there, from A to Z.
Have you seen this book?
Oh yeah. I have it.
Oh, you have it. Okay. Okay. Very cool.
I promised Navina Nirda that I would make a big plug for reading his book. If you want to get inspired about book distribution, you have to read his book.
Coming to Germany soon.
Oh, okay. I just finished reading it a couple of days ago.
Okay, great.
Very nice, very inspiring.
Thank you so much, Tri Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. So
and
inspiring.
Devotees, dear devotees.
The production of books is in wonderful hands.
I don't know, but we're trying.
Yeah, but you're an amazing job.
And you should come up, visit us, visit Gandhavika Giritara. We're not very many devotees here anymore. It's because of the internet. We engaged over 200 devotees in the North European BBT, but mostly through the internet. So we used to be 120 people here, 220 devotees at any given point in time. But it was like a train station. You know, they translate a book in Baku, Azerbaijan, and then they come here after 3 years, and then we finish a book, and then they fly back to Baku, and like this. So we had international train station it was. But now with the internet, we don't really need that. We send PDFs to each other, but we have a really nice core crew here at New Radakund in Sweden, and we are really into producing the books so that the Sankirtan devotees get fantastic books, high quality, as I said, as cheap as possible for mass distribution. So I thank everybody.
You print some English books also?
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh.
Bhagavad Gita in English.
Yes. We are just now producing, we're in the very final stage of producing what we call a Bhagavad Gita premium in English, really large, a very representative Bhagavad Gita with 64 pictures, 64, 4 times 16 pages of picture sections with a dust jacket, a Bhagavad Gita that you want everyone, every devotee and every person who has anything to do with the Krishna consciousness movement would want that, and would want that Gita to present to others. And I want to do the same thing for the German Gita. But only after we have edited it to top standard. I don't know if you are aware of the English, what we do in English for the Bhagavad Gita. There's a big controversy in the Hare Krishna movement. Should these changes have been made or not? So we are working very carefully now, very meticulously, to find out which of the changes after Srila Prabhupada's departure are actually necessary. The BBT-GBC Relations Committee, so it's a committee between the BBT and the GBC, they have decided that we should go through all the corrections that were done to corrections that were done to the Bhagavad Gita, and we should find out which ones were absolutely necessary, and those will stay, and the ones which were not absolutely necessary, they will not be in the next edition. So we will, within the next half year, I think 5-6 months we will manage. We will have an English Bhagavad Gita with only the corrections that were absolutely necessary, where we can say that grammatically or content-wise were a mistake. And even that we do, we actually been engaging AI a lot. And a team of devotees, they call the Editorial Review Panel, the ERP. They have just concluded the 18th chapter, they're done now, and now we analyze it, and then we will have a really solid Bhagavad Gita for the next at least 50 or 100 years, also in English. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear Brahma Muhurta Prabhu. Brahma Muhurta Prabhu ki jai.
Sankirtan devotees ki jai. It's very easy. It's actually really easy. It's really easy to make the books. I can tell you that. It's not difficult. You just have to be very careful and focused, but it's not a difficult job. To distribute the books, that's where the devotion, the real devotion comes in, and that's where the biggest mercy from Srila Prabhupada is coming to those who distribute his books. I know that. And I'm not saying this to butter you up. I just know that for Srila Prabhupada, the book distributor is by far the most important service, and all the other services we are supporting. In the BBT, the deity worship, this is support for the book distribution mission. That's really what the Hare Krishna movement is all about. So I'm happy that I'm allowed to take part in this mission as a supporting devotee. Did you know that the Roman army, they had for every 4 soldiers, they had 1 baker? Did you know that?
No.
There was a guy, he had an animal, a mule, and the mule was pulling a baking oven in the field. For every 4 soldiers, there was 1 baker. All he did was bake the bread and carry the cheese for the soldiers. That's how we feel. We feel like the bakers. We are baking the books, but so that you can actually distribute them.
Actually, that was a new mantra this marathon. These books are freshly baked. Yeah, they are still warm. Oops. Maybe the meeting is over. The meeting time. Okay, we came to a natural end. Okay, I just want to conclude. Maybe we extend over Gauda Arati time a little bit. I just wanted to brainstorm with you a little bit. Is someone who can write very nicely on the cupboard? Of you? Can someone write very nicely on the cupboard? Come on, someone. Robert, thank you so much. Okay. Oh no, that's enough. Just that the is not covering the altar. The altar is opening soon. Gokula Prabhu, gibt es noch ein zusätzliches Licht für uns? Ist das irgendwie möglich? Das Licht einschalten. Schon ein anderes Licht. Okay, we can read it again, Troy Prabhu. I'm sorry. It's maximum power. Oh yeah, lamp. Does someone would like to try to make the light while I am talking? I cannot concentrate on this now. Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, so I wanted to give you the opportunity to brainstorm because I recently was listening to many lectures of Vaisheshika Prabhu during the marathon, and he recommended why only using one brain when we have so many brains, yeah? And we can all think, and maybe we can do something together and maybe find a complete new, nice preaching strategy just by accident here and now. So I just wanted to open the room for maybe 10 minutes and just to brainstorm. If someone of you has an idea, like special, something out of the box, like just going on the street, distributing books, making Harinam, like similar project like this festival preaching or this Padayatra, where he sees an opportunity where we could also do something together. Just wanted to open the room. I have some things, don't worry, but now you could bring something up. Yeah, I made some sheets. Some opportunities where we could do something together. For example, first sheet is the Padayatra in Simhachalam. Everyone of you is welcome to come and participate. I know in other countries are also Padayatras, and we are also asked to partake, and as much as our schedule is allowing, that's also our plan. Yeah, but there are so many seva opportunities for cooks, for Harinam devotees, as you saw in the picture. Like every day we went out with 20 to 30 devotees, and everyone was engaged, and it was so blissful. Yeah, so first point is the Padayatra, and I will also give this around. If you are interested in one project, you can write your name and yeah, your telephone number if you like. And then I can unite later. I just want to gather all the points, so you can write Padayatra, Robert. Then the next point, which is a very, very innovative idea, at least what we did in the past. We did it already, but there's a very special month coming up next year, the Purushottam month. It happens all 3 years, I guess. This year, still in the last year, it's from the 17th of May until the 15th of June. So it's a month like compared to Kartik, where every endeavor counts multiplied. And it's right after Chaturdasi. And Jai Sachi Prabhu and Vrajajan Prabhu and myself, we had the great idea to use all our facilities with Sankirtan vans and make a traveling Sankirtan festival bus party tour in this month. Yeah, so we have here already 4 vans, imagine, so many devotees can take part. Also Lilamrita Mataji has now some kind of van, yeah, and I'm sure if more and more devotees come, more vans will appear. So the idea is to every day or every second day drive to a next city. The route is also not clear yet, but we will soon build a team where we discuss ideas, where we should do it. Yeah, maybe when the Czech devotees also want to join, then we could make a tour through the Bavarian forest, through Czech, through Austria, maybe Slovenia, I don't know, yeah, but just some ideas. So this Purushottama month traveling Sankirtan festival, we called it, yeah. And similar like we do, we would organize with the city council that we can stay in the city and make a sitting Harinam, that we have a book table to distribute books, continuously going on Harinam, Kirtan, book distribution, and Prasadam distribution. That's the idea. Then the next point is the festival preaching. For example, like the Nova Rock or the Waldfrieden Wonderland Festival, or this year it will be for sure the Indian Spirit Festival. You want to say something, Shikshastika Prabhu? Yeah, I also thought of Osora, and there was already the suggestion, but Kripa Sindhu Prabhu has experiences with the Osora, and they are quite sharp. They were very heavy. They were last time when they were trying to do it, they were checking that they were distributing or selling books, and then they confiscated all the books, and just with a lot of pressure they handed the books out. It was not so nice. So I'm a little bit hesitant, but you can still convince me. Yeah? No. We could inquire, we could find out. I think you can stop for now, but festival preaching, just, have patience. Maybe it's enough, maybe not. Here, festival preaching. Thank you, Robert. Yeah. Yes. So another thing that Vaisheshika Prabhu says is if you write things down, it also has a great magic. Yeah, it manifests more. Festival preaching. And here you add Purushottama month. Yeah, so for now we definitely go to the Nova Rock, to the Indian Spirit, and you can write also in capitals, what is captions? Capitals? Klammer in English. Brackets. You can write in brackets. Yeah, here, Purushottama month. We start here with, here with Purushottama month. Give him some time. Puru, S-H-A-T-T-A-M-A. O. T-T-A-M-A. Month. Yes, perfect. Perfect, Prabhu. Thank you. Not so tidy. And here, Indian Spirit, Nova Rock, and in brackets, like this. Don't worry, it's okay. It's fine. Yeah. I continue with the next point. What came to my mind, what I was very astonished experiencing when I was visiting the Ratha Yatra in Paris, was how organized the book distribution was at the Ratha Yatra. It was amazing. Janananda Maharaj was on a whole big truck, with a big space where all stacked up book boxes of Bhagavad Gitas, and he was standing there in full ecstasy and distributing to the devotees and giving to the book distributors. It was so amazing, and they distributed thousands of books during the Ratha Yatra. And so when we had the Ratha Yatra in Vienna recently, I made a humble try to also organize book distribution. And I just put 2 or 4 of these green vegetable boxes we have there with books on the Ratha Yatra card, and try to engage the devotees to distribute the books and also distribute the books on my own. And it was so much more successful as if I had distributed on my own. And I realized that all of our Ratha Yatras, at least in Germany, they are not really well organized with regard to book distribution. There's not someone really in charge to push it, and it's such a wonderful opportunity. Yeah, there's so much spiritual potency in the air, so much devotional service, so many really eager people of the street, but also Indian congregation. You can distribute English books. So one of my personal plans is to manage the Ratha Yatra book distribution organization better for the next year. So here are also many representatives from different temples of the main temples, and now you heard it, and maybe some or many of you also have the desire to not only distribute for themselves with their own trolley, but maybe make a plan, talk to the person who is building up the Ratha Yatra card, if there's some space where we can put the books, where we can distribute to the devotees, inform the congregation, hey, we want to do something congregationally, just try it, someone who is in charge of putting the books in the people's hands, something like this. So it's also mentioned here. It's here on this sheet of paper, and if you hear the call, then please write your name, and then we can communicate together in this year. Now, don't feel disturbed. There's an arati going on. Shishi Prahlad Lakshmana Singhadev Bhagavan Ki Jai. And now I come to the greatest surprise of and it's a fruit of our Sankirtan in Berlin. Jai. Yeah, we were invited to a tattoo studio. There's a very vibrant tattoo studio in Berlin, Bhakti Berlin, and he has a huge Narasimha deity wooden, and is now also initiated, this Prabhu, former Philip, now his name is Narahari Prabhu. And there was a Bhakti exchange circle where we were also invited to speak about Sankirtan. And then later the Mataji revealed that she is also in charge of managing EU projects. And she offered me that we can have a full covered from the expenses EU project from whatever topic we like. And I personally, you can also write it, Sankirtan Leadership Seminar in Nandagram in Spain. Yeah, so we were talking about advocacy, but I feel we should also start with educating our Sankirtan devotees in terms of leadership. Many of us are, there are not so many devotees in the temples who are enthusiastic about book distribution, and often it is the case that we don't have direct support in person. Yeah, there are many persons available. Tri Prabhu also offered that I can call him anytime or ask a question, similar to Brahma Muhurta Prabhu. But a person who is on site and is, pushing, showing the way, how to organize, how to interact with the devotees, this and that. And many of us came to this positions of taking up responsibility without any education. So I thought for this seminar, this Mataji offered, we have 1 week, 1 day arrival, 1 day departure, 5-day seminar, and 25 paid places. So the flight is paid, the prasadam is paid, the accommodation is paid, and we thought we make it max 30 devotees. And we invite, I tried to invite Navina Nirada Prabhu, but he has no time, because it has to happen in the early summer, and he is already full. So I wrote a message to Janananda Maharaj if he would like to join. I would also like to inquire Prahlad Ananda Maharaj. Maybe you can make the connection. Basically, at least for me, the best would be in the first or second week of May. Then it's also a little warmish, then it's also some kind of retreat style, and we can concentrate on churning how successfully lead Sankirtan. That's also what Navina Nirada Prabhu makes in his seminars in Mayapur. And I thought it's a wonderful opportunity because you all gathered here for the Sankirtan festival, and it's some kind of gift to you, yeah, for your endeavor. You have 1 week paid, yeah. We really try to make it happen. That there are personalities, maybe Tri Prabhu, even you would like to come there and advocate us. What is important in dealings with newcomers, in dealings with devotees who have other services than book distribution, to engage in book distribution. So many thematics, yeah, but and we hear here a little bit and there a little bit. Yeah, we can read the Nectar of Book Distribution or our family business, but I think it would be really valuable, not only for our own education, but also to create some kind of community spirit, yeah, that we know, hey, I don't know, you are in Hungary, you are in Czech, this and that are your projects, how to connect, how to maybe support. And this is a wonderful opportunity. And I also have this here on my sheets. So we have 30 seats. Yeah. No. From 18 up to whatever. Yeah. So it's very amazing. And the EU provides. Yeah. Any questions to this event? Yeah, whoever who likes to join can also help organizing it. I already started to Nandagram. I didn't research it. The name is Nandagram. And they have accommodation for 60 devotees. It's also recommended, it's an EU project. It should be mixed, men and women together. That's the only thing. Yeah. Yeah, so please, if you're inspired, if you have a Sankirtan role, if you are also aware of devotees who are maybe alone in their country, who need association, who need guidance, who need education regarding taking up responsibility in the Sankirtan mission, and who show their interest, we have to have people from 5 different countries. Yeah, so Czech would be nice. Swiss is not possible because it's not EU, but we have we have 5 more seats. We want to make a group of 30, and they only have to pay the ticket. Also, accommodation and prasadam would be free, and we can divert the plane ticket to the other 25 and somehow sponsor it. I think it will be no problem. Yeah, so whoever also comes to your mind, you can also write a suggestion of a devotee who you know, who you would like to invite. That's my surprise of the last surprise point. And now you got an idea, maybe what I meant with what we could do together or how we could unite in Sankirtan. And yeah, maybe someone would like to make a comment or has another point, idea, or in the time, for sure, I will hand this out, and everyone who would like to participate or see himself in one of the projects can write his name. Do we write also the country where we come from? Yeah, why not? Yeah. Hey, Hare Krishna Prabhu, nice to see you. Jai. Yeah.
You were talking about some like these places that like these rock festival or like that, and when are these festivals?
Fixed times and
These are all programs primarily for book distributors, Sankirtan devotees, brahmacharis, brahmacharinis. The monthly Sankirtan festival, as described in Vaisheshika's book, involves the congregation to actually get a taste for distributing Prabhupada's books even once a month. And we started recently, and it really works. It really, people who are congregation, they work full time. They come out on a Sunday, and it's explained very nicely there how to do it, how to, the strategy and everything. But it's quite effective because we had what was it last year? Keshav Maharaj. I never remember the first part of the title. Bhagavan. Swayam Bhagavan. Keshav Maharaj. I call him Keshav Maharaj. We had to do a Sankirtan meeting, our monthly Sankirtan meeting with the Sankirtan newsletter. And the first thing he spoke about was the importance of, he said the future will be congregational book distribution. That everyone can learn, everyone from any walk of life who's a devotee of Krishna, they can learn the art of distributing books. And this is a very practical, concrete method and way to start that, to get people from the congregation to start, even in a small way, distributing books. Otherwise, if we're only limited to who's a full-time devotee in the temple, going out full-time and distributing books, it's very limited. He always gives the example of the Jehovah's Witnesses. Jehovah's Witnesses only congregation, and they distribute millions of their, no comments about their literature, but they distribute millions, because each member of their organization has to, at least so many hours a week, has to go out and distribute books. And we don't want to tell people you have to, if you want to be Hare Krishna, you have to go out. Otherwise, that's not a good strategy. But the fact that they can, with creating the proper mood, it can be a very effective way to involve more and more and more devotees part-time distributing books. Because if we want to increase exponentially, that's what Maharaj was saying, that's the future. So I wasn't included. Yeah. And he was a brahmachari, sannyasi, book distributor like that. But he has a vision. He has vision, and that was his vision. In the future will be congregation going out part-time once a week, once a month, sometime in the evenings. Each little drop becomes something big. If you have 10 people doing 100 books, that's 1,000, or 1,000 people doing one book, it's 1,000. So, and then it can increase more and more.
Yeah, we are having already established quite a Sankirtan festival culture here in Simhachalam, and we can practically say it's really so much nourishing everyone's devotional life in the temple to go out from time to time, and many are asking when is the next and this and that, and because so many devotees take part, everyone not has to do so much. They are just what they like to do, but it's a whole picture then on the street. It's like that the whole, people nowadays don't come to the temple, so the temple has to come to the people. And then the whole temple is in the Fußgängerzone. That's really amazing. So, what I can offer, I'm traveling a lot. I could do at your place a monthly Sankirtan festival. I could also write a manual, what is important, how to do one, or support you in your temple. And if you have any question or how could we...
Most of the temples in Germany, they're small groups with a congregation like that. And so if you can establish that in each one of these little preaching centers, that would be, I think would be quite successful, gradually. But they need to be taken by the hand and shown, you know, how to do it. And they know it's only once a month, it's not a big thing. And if you can show them how to do it, then they can continue.
I just want to second what Tri Prabhu said. I think that's a very important aspect. If you could somehow encourage, you know, I know that you're doing here, and in Munich they also do, and in Zurich we did for some time. Sometimes it stopped, and we again did it. But if every temple or every center actually would do it, this would be a big change. Yeah. And then if you start, then by the end of the year, when the marathon comes, you have a lot of more devotees who kind of got into the mood, and you can have a much bigger marathon. Yeah. So something we should look into. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Maybe this is also something for our newly invented book distribution responsible group. Yeah, we founded just recently a group with one representative in each temple to have a person to talk to. Hey, would you like to, yeah, who is showing the most interest in book distribution, and we gather together a group. So I think this would be one task for this year, huh? For them. Jai. Okay. Yeah, Madeleine. Oh. Ich kann es dir danach erklären. Jetzt ist es gerade für den Rahmen ein bisschen too much. Ist okay? Soll jemand für dich übersetzen jetzt gerade? In Deutsch? Kann jemand für Madeleine übersetzen? Dankeschön. So, anything more you would like to add? Shikshastaka Prabhu. Yeah. Yeah, this is a specific leadership seminar. Doesn't only happens once. Regular Sankirtan workshops, yeah, in the temples. Thank you for mentioning it, and we are doing it. We are managing to happen 2 to 3 workshops the last years. That was the propensity. But if the desire is there, we can also do it more often, connected maybe with a Sankirtan festival and what we already did. And yeah, we can also, if someone of you would like to, in his little community, maybe would like to make a workshop himself to with his friends together. There's not much needed. Like I also started from nothing basically the last years. Then I made it with Kripa Sindhu Prabhu together. We can also provide you a lot of material. Yeah, if you would like to educate wherever you are, then you can also step forward and we can provide you with necessities to do it. Something else? Okay, something maybe that came to your mind when you were hearing these points that you think would make it more successful, or you have an idea what would make it more interesting, or something you would add at this point as a comment to what we already gathered together? Yeah?
I don't know if it's possible, but just through distributing, I noticed that distributing higher taste is very easy to people who are like, I'm not into philosophy. They can't really argue with cooking. And then if you add the selling point we're also doing weekly cooking sessions together, where we're cooking the recipes in the books. Then you also more easily engage them within the community, and they're getting more open to, this is actually nice, this is interesting. So I don't know if it's possible, but for example, like for Sunday programs, usually you cook before, no? So you can just invite them before and make it a more open experience. I don't know how much work that would be, but it would be a cool idea, no?
Cooking courses.
Yeah. I mean, it's higher taste. Moni Nagana is a good cook. He's also doing it. You're also good. Your toast is also not so bad. No, the fried toast you make. I don't know if it's in the cookbook.
Okay. Something else? Prabhu?
Maybe related to cook or eat, sharing prasad, or make a prasad festival on the street, and then you can distribute books, because when people ate prasad, they're open to it. So wow, this tastes great. Here, take a book. This is great. Maybe like this.
To make more endeavor to bring very tasty prasadam like shrikants and gulab jamuns and samosas on the street and win the people's hearts by... Okay. Yeah, we can, I mean, at least it happened naturally, this development in our Sankirtan festivals, because the devotees showed more and more interest to feed the devotees and to make more nice prasadam for the people on the street. So it happens naturally already. But yeah, it's a nice idea. And I think this is really much depending on the individuals involved. Yeah, I don't have so much inspiration to make this emphasis so much on cooking. But if there is a person who is an enthusiastic cook, I would engage him in this way when he is eager to take part. So nice that you brought it up, and yeah, we can keep it in mind. I think that was it until here, and I think it's still the chance to write your name down. The board is there. Yeah, if you are inspired from one of the programs, we will also put the board in the back that you can still look at it if you want to take part in the next year. And we are, yeah, like all of the devotees, you can approach us at any time if you have also some desire how you want to engage or how you want to foster book distribution. And I think we have some very nice plans for this year. And how should we conclude? Any idea? The big Haribol, or what should we do? Haribol! Haribol! Maybe one Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. And yeah, who wants to sing the Gaura Arati? Usually it's tradition that when Varada Krishna Prabhu comes, he is singing the Gaura Arati. So I would invite you, Prabhu.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you too. If you please could stand up that we can put the board there in the back. Sorry, Prabhu.
Out. Vishnupadaya, Krishna Prestaya.
Also looks like this is what I put here.
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prasarine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschapya Vichakarine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prasarine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Transcendental Book Distribution Key. Bhagavad Transcendental Book Distribution Marathon 2025 Key. And Festival Key. Vitai Gora Devanande. All glories to the assembly. All glories to the assembly. All glories to the assembly. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Goranga. All glories to Shri Lanka.
Lalita Singam, Lalita Hiranyakasipu, Tanu Bringam, Kesavatita Nararirupa, Jai Jagadisa Hare, Jai Jagadisa Hare, Jai Jagadisa Hare. Kesavatita Nararirupa, Jai Jagadisa Hare, Jai Jagadisa Hare, Jai Jagadisa Hare. Kesavatita Kesavatita Nararirupa, Jai Jagadisa Hare, Jai Jagadisa Hare, Jai Jagadisa Hare. Kesavatita Nararirupa, Sine Singha Jaya Singha Jaya Jani Singha, Paladisa Jaya Padmanuka Padma Bringa. Sine Singha Jani Singha Jaya Jani Singha, Paladisa Jaya Padmanuka Padma Bringa. Sine Singha Jani Singha Jaya Jani Singha, Paladisa Jaya Padmanuka Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Jaya Nrsimhadev Jaya Nrsimhadev Nrsimhadev Jaya Nrsimhadev Jaya Nrsimhadev 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 Jaya Nrsimhadev Jai Nrsimha Jaya Nrsimha Baladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bingo Jai Nrsimha Jaya Nrsimha Baladesha Jaya Padma Sri Sri Prahlad Lakshmi Nrsimha Bhagavan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Go Premanandi Hari Hari Bo.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Please louder. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Please one more time, all together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mataji's. Prabhuji's. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare together, please. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Please all together, louder. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Again, 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 again. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Please all together. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Mataji's, Mataji's, Mataji's. Prabhuji's. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mataji's louder. Babuji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Listen. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Bol. Thank you. Yes, someone want to say?
No, it's yours. No, it's yours. No, it's yours. Now yours.
Hare Krishna. I'm just going to sing Nrsimha Pranam. That's it. Namaste Narasingaya. Tavakara Kamalavare Nakha Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadrita Narahare Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Tavakara Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Keshavadrita Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Shri Narsingha Jai Narsingha Jaya Jai Narsingha Dev Praladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bringa Shri Narsingha Jai Narsingha Jaya Jai Narsingha Dev Praladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bringa